Mark Mulligan. Today I want to talk to you a little bit about golf clubs and what clubs you should buy and which ones you shouldn't have to worry about buying and this sort of thing, because the golf club manufacturers right now are doing a push, and we all know that they sometimes manufacture two different batches of clubs every year to get you to buy more clubs. They keep talking about their clubs are going to make you play better, that they're more forgiving and that kind of thing, and that is really a misnomer. There's been many experiments and tests and all kinds of guys out there with the data that prove that the older clubs are not that far off than the newer clubs, especially if you're just maybe even a beginner golfer. So what I want to point out to today is, and this of course is self-serving somewhat, because I do sell used clubs, and I sell the older used clubs, the clubs that are probably 15 and even 20 years old, because I know that most people can't afford the new clubs. The new clubs are, they're $1,000 for a set, and you know, there's just no question that it's overkill, and that incremental improvement that you would get on a new club is not really something that you need to spend that extra money on. So I was going to go through my bag and kind of show you what I have, and you know, of course I've been playing for 30 years now or more, and I've got a decent swing. I probably carry about a 10 handicap, which gets me in the low 80s, you know, most of the time. And so I've actually had a lower handicap, but the problem is hitting the ball not as long anymore. And so my ego is still getting in the way of me not going to the senior tees, and I still want to smack it out there thinking I can hit it 280. And in my day I did. I mean, I hit it 270, 280 with my Big Bertha, Callaway Big Bertha. And so I want to show you what I'm playing right now and kind of get you up to speed. First off, you got to have a real nice head cover. You know, I mean, that's really going to make your game much better. I mean, my daughter's, of course, got me a head cover that looks like me somewhat. I'm not sure it does or not, but this line, of course, is my logo for my company, Golf Quest, and I've had it for a long time. But I actually play it's over 10 years old. This is a Tailor-Made R5 Driver. It's got the big head, of course. It's got the let's see, what are we, 460 cc's. It's a 10.5 degree driver. So, you know, some of the pros, of course, play 9s and 9.5s, and some even go to 8.5. But even Jason Day plays a 10.5, as does Lee Westwood, and a lot of the pros play the 10.5. But my point in this driver right here is I paid $10 for this driver with two other drivers at an estate sale. I got my daughter one, so they each cost $10. A guy quit the game, and this club, I've hit many clubs at Golfsmith and the PGA store. I've gone and tried out the new drivers to see what kind of launch I would get, and I hit this club as good as any of them. The new ones do not give you that much more performance. Now, sometimes they might be a little bit lighter because they are making the heads a little lighter, and they graphite shafts and everything. But and you're trying to get speed is what you're trying to do. But I find when I get too much speed and I get a too light a club, I'm out of control. So I just want you to point out to you that you can go out and buy a really nice driver like this for right around $35, $40. I mean, I'm looking for them, so I get them cheaper, and I negotiate and different things. But when you're out looking for a set of clubs, you do want to start with the good driver, and I do recommend getting the big-headed driver, getting the bigger one. They do have a little bigger sweet spot, and they just look kind of cool there, and the guys aren't going to laugh at you at the course, because when you go, if you got the smaller headed driver, you know, some of the old stuff, you might get laughed off the course. But if you've got a big-headed driver, you're going to do just fine. And I'm talking anywhere between Callaway's and the Tailor-Mades, the Pings, and the Adams drivers. These are the big three, of course. And so if you can find anything, you know, under, say, 10, 15 years old, you should be just fine with that driver. Now, getting started, right? So the next thing, you know, I want to tell you about is what I play for my irons. Now, I play a 20-year set of Henry Griffith irons that were custom fitted for me. These clubs have been magic. My pro, John Dahl, fit me up. It's my perfect lie and the perfect kick point, and I hit this club beautifully, and I don't need anything newer. Now this club is a blade club. You know, this club has been set up and it's forged, and of course you probably know the difference between forged and a cavity back, is what all the guys are promoting these days are cavity backs, but almost all the pros play a forged club because it has a better feel. They can feel the shot. They can put spin on the shot, and that's why they do it. Now you look at this club. This is a Callaway, and this is a Caston club. And what that means is they pour this into a mold, and they actually can put parts together and get them all to be together. And as you go on, you can put some perimeter weighting on it and different things. And so you may end up having a little bit bigger sweet spot, but you lose the feel of the shot. Now the forged club, like this one, and even another one that I played in my old days, I played a Wilson staff. I'll show it to you right here. Here it is. This is a beautiful club. I love it. I should play it now. It's a forged club. So what they do is they take a hunk of steel and they just take a machine that stamps it and gets it into its position, and then they hammer it into position and get it the nice feel for it. So this club, again, guys are playing them just like this. This club's 25 years old, almost 30 years old, and some guys still play this club. So there isn't much different. So I'm recommending you going out and getting a set of good clubs that were made maybe 20 years ago. And we're going to go through some of those clubs. I just want you to see what I have right now. And you, at some point, do want to take those clubs in and have the shafts bent and the blades bent so they're perfectly flat with your posture. So you're hitting the ball, you're not hitting it on the heel or the toe. But they'll all size those clubs for you. So I highly recommend you looking at something like that. Another thing I do, of course, is I play, this is a little bit newer one. This is probably 10 years old. This is a Tailor-Made, and this is the Rocket. And these are more of a hybrid. And I do have the graphite shaft with my wood so I can swing a little faster. Again, this club, paid 10 bucks for it. I've got two of them. Let's see what else. I got the other one here. And these clubs, what I'm finding out is I have more woods now in my bag than I ever have. So this here is a 3. It's a 19 degree. And this is a 21 degree 5. So this replaces my 4-iron. I do not even carry a 5-iron anymore. Now I'll put it in my bag. Nobody counts how many clubs I have anymore. But I have hybrids now that I play, and they're the clubs that you want to play to be able to get onto the green and get out of the rough and be able to smack it. Here's a Taylormade Rescue, $10 I paid for this club. This club is a fantastic club. Brand new, this club costs $200. Same thing with this driver. Brand new, this driver was probably $300–400. But these clubs, there's nothing wrong with them. All of these clubs, I mean, all these clubs here, this 3 and this 4, these were $200 clubs, you know, and they're brand new, hardly used. So, I mean, what's wrong with them? I mean, 10 years ago they were great. You're not going to gain that much more performance out of the newer clubs that are costing $250, $200 each, you know, for the basic club. So you want to make sure that you, again, don't have to spend all that money. Now, where I would spend a little money and put some time on is your wedges. Now, look at this. Here is a beautiful, this is a 50-degree Titleist wedge. This is kind of a gap wedge. Just a beautiful shot. Now, this 50-degree, he's my in-between club. So I've got a 50-degree, and this is a Titleist, and the Clevelands are also great clubs. This is a 54-degree. Take a look. There's a Cleveland, 54-degree, and these are all forged clubs, by the way. And so I have that, and then I have my 56 sand wedge. This is a hitting wedge. This is my 100-yard, 90-yard club from the fairway. So the 50, I hit him about 115, 116. The 54, right around the 100, 110. And so I fill in the gaps. Here's my 60-degree. He's a 70-yard club. He's a forged club. So you look at all the wedges I've got, and that's where you're going to score. And that's where all the pros even score. So invest your time and money in your wedges. And these clubs are all used at good Golfsmith and the PGA store and all these different golf shops. You go in there and they have trade-ins, and you can buy these clubs all day long for 20, 25 bucks. So that's where you want to spend your money. And you know, the two main clubs in my mind that you do want to spend your money. You do want to get a good, decent driver. So go ahead and get the big-headed driver and get a name brand. Get the Callaway, Tailor-Made, Adams, Ping, you know, and try them out. Take and swing and hit them up. If you're going to an estate sale and you find them, well, if it's 10 bucks, so what? You can go with that. And then the other thing you want to do is get a putter, a decent putter. Driving and putting. And here's my, guess what? My old Ping putter. This putter is 40 years old. And just a beautiful thing. What I did is I did put a new, bigger grip on it. So that makes me feel the shots better. But you know, you can find these Ping putters all day long. Like here is an Anser putter, and this is a classic putter. I mean, I just love it. I used to have these when I first started out, and these putters, you'll see the pros still playing these brass putters, the Ping putters. They're kind of a solid putter, the bar putter. Now you can buy a Scotty Cameron, and the Scotty Camerons are they're owned by Titleist now, and those are $500. Some of them are $10,000 that the pros play. You don't see them winning the tournament every week with those $10,000 putters. So you do want to find a putter that you can use that's going to make things work for you. The other thing you want to do is make sure you get a ball retriever. You know, you're going to hit some balls in the water, or while you're standing around waiting to hit your second shot by the water hazard, you might see 4 or 5 Titleist Pro V1s sitting there. You might as well pull them out, and then you have balls, right? So that's kind of that. So some of the clubs that I'm recommending you make sure you take a look at buying, and if you see them out there on Craigslist or eBay or whatever, and you get a whole set pretty cheaply. One set is the King Cobras. They're a very nice set of clubs. You can get them very reasonably probably 50, 60 bucks for a full set. And bear in mind, like I've said now, you really don't need to have a set of clubs beyond the 5-iron. So if you go to let's say you go to a Goodwill and you see some clubs that are $5 a piece and they go from pitching wedge to 5-iron, that's all you need. You don't need to buy the 4-iron or the 3-iron because you're going to get the hybrid that goes with that. So there's the Cobra, another great club, and I have these right now. Here's a Hogan. This is a Hogan Edge. This iron is a fabulous iron. It's, again, it was kind of the start of a cavity back, but it's a beautiful club. I mean, this could be work for you. This is the first, when they first started doing some of the perimeter weighting. You can buy this club, a whole set of them, for about 60 bucks all day long on eBay. Another club here that I like is the Warriors. The Warriors are a great company. They're made in America. They're a forged club, and they got all the wedges and everything. You go to their website, they'll actually send you clubs free and let you try them. If you like them, then you can start buying the rest of your clubs from them. And they'll try to do everything over the internet, so you don't have to go into the shops and stuff if you don't really want to, that kind of thing. I have some pings, ping clubs. If you can get any older pings, they're fabulous. I thought I had a ping in here, and maybe I do. I'll go ahead and find it. But another club that is great are the Wilsons. I showed you the Wilson staff. This is the red, deep red, fat shaft Wilson. These are a fabulous club, and I would buy these in a minute too, just to kind of get started with your irons and stuff. Once you get them, you'll start learning, and you'll want to hit. Once you learn how to hit them, that's the one you're going to want to hit. So, and here's a Callaway. This is a great club. This is the Steelhead. This is about 10 years old. I love the Steelheads. These are. This is definitely a cavity back club. This club here, I paid $5 for it. This is a sand wedge. This is actually a 54 degree. And so, when you go in there, don't have these guys talking you into spending $300, $400, $500 for a set of irons. Because especially if you're a beginner golfer, don't think that new set of clubs is going to make that much difference. You have to take lessons. You're going to have to go out in the driving range and practice, and that's where your game's going to improve. I mean, my pro, and I can take any set of clubs right now, and I can hit that club. I can take any club you give me, and I can smack it out there. Here's a Cleveland, an older Cleveland, beautiful club. So, what I'm talking about is so you to look at the Hogans, look at Pings, look at Tailor-Mades. The Callaways are fabulous clubs. Oh, the Adams clubs. The Orlanders are great clubs. I think I thought I had one in here. But, here's a Ben Hogan. This club is fantastic. If you ever get a chance to get this older Ben Hogan set of clubs, it's another great one. So, anyway, I just want to talk to you a little bit about that. I want you to be thinking, and for your wife even. I mean, here's a Lady Cobra with a graphite shaft. And if you're going to buy your wife, or if your ladies are going to buy some clubs, get them. They're lighter, so you can get them up easier. They have the lightweight shafts, and you'll get some club head speed. So that's what I want to talk to you a little bit about today. Don't look past some of these older clubs. They might just be what the doctor ordered for you. So Mark Mulligan, take care. You shut me off, Erica?
What?
Can you shut me off?
Shut it off?
Yeah.